Hey kiddos, I'm going to go over our wax figures unit. So what I want you to do is I need you to get your blue folder out. And out of your blue folder, I want you to get your biography notes, your note cards, okay? And what I need you to do is you've got to let me know if you don't know who your person is. But all of you should know who your person is. And so I'm going to just kind of go over how I want you to begin, okay? So first off, I want to show you and remind you that you guys have links already provided for you that I'd like you to use because those are going to be the best links for you guys to find information on your person, okay? So let me minimize my screen. Okay, so you're going to go to Google, and we're going to go into your Google Classroom, okay? You should have your classroom there. If it doesn't pop up there, remember you can always type it in the search bar. You just would type in Google Classroom and hit enter, okay? But it's going to pull up your Google Classroom, and in your Google Classroom, if you remember, in your reading and social studies, you've got your different links for your wax figures approved websites. Now, I know some of you guys picked some really awesome people and you weren't able to find them on these websites. And so if that's the case, you could just let me know, or I want you, and I trust you, to find some good websites. Just remember what website is not allowed. Wikipedia, never allowed, okay? And so I want to go over what you should do with your packet, okay? So remember, here's your websites for when you are ready. Don't get started yet. Watch the rest of this video, okay? So now you guys should be able to see, and I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so I want to show you this. These are my note cards. Okay, and on each of your note cards, you could break it up by the different categories that are in your biography notes packet. Okay, one of them is childhood. So here's my example. Okay, if I did childhood for Sally Ride, I might have found that Sally Ride was born May 26, 1951 in Inco, California. Her parents were Dale, sister named Karen. Growing up, she loved science and math. She loved tennis and became a top-ranked tennis player. She wanted to play in college, but later realized she wanted to go to Stanford. Okay, that's just my example of childhood. So what you're going to do, if you want to use your note cards, you absolutely can. That's just where you kind of take your facts down. Okay? Then you would come and you'd flip in your book to find childhood. What was his or her life like as a child? And you could write, Sally Ride was born May 26, 1951 in Inco, California. Her parents were Dale and she had a sister named Karen. Growing up, she really liked math and science. Now, if you feel like that's repetitive, because it kind of is, then what you can do is you can just use the packet. You can just fill this out. What was her life like as a child? Tell me when she was born, what she liked, what she did. Okay? You're going to want to do that for each of your pages. So you've got childhood. You've got fame. Kind of think with fame, what are they known for? Okay? You've got contributions, okay? And here's kind of my idea for contributions, okay? And you can pause this if you ever need to come back to it. Contributions, so that's kind of like, what did they do? What did they give? Did they change the way people think? Did they change the way people acted? So Gage with Wilt Chamberlain, what did he change, right? Did they discover something? Did they create something? So those of you who have inventors and creators, Marcus, I know your guy created Velcro. I know that a lot of you guys have inventors or people that changed. They created something. Or maybe they just did something that was really, really important. This is the page, contributions. This is where you would put it, okay? When you get to the page of obstacles, think about what's an obstacle. Honestly, we've all been faced with an obstacle. They've shut schools down, and that really changes the way that we have to learn. And so now we have to do learning on our computers, okay? But obstacles can look very different, okay? Obstacles might be that they've lost a family member. So if they've lost a family member, a mom, a dad, a sister, you could put that here. That was an obstacle. And for any of you who have lost a loved one, that was an obstacle. You kind of had to come and not get over it, but you had to overcome that, okay? People not believing. So for my inventors and people who created things, people maybe didn't believe in you, or my people of color, okay? There was discrimination and people didn't believe that African Americans were able to do what we were able to do, okay? Danger or tragedy, okay? Tragedy can kind of be the loss of a family member. It can be something that really changes some things, okay? Maybe they moved. Maybe they just experienced failure. So my scientist, Grayson, okay? There's a chance that Isaac Newton failed before he was successful, okay? There was a chance that people didn't believe him, okay? So that would all kind of be some of those obstacles. So we went over, I think, all of them. And so what I want you to know is don't try to do this all at once, okay? It's a lot, but don't be overwhelmed, okay? Your research and what I want you to do is I want you to work. I'm giving you 3 weeks, okay? So I'm going to check in with you, and I would say maybe 1 a day. Maybe you want to start. First thing you want to do is you want to talk about their childhood, okay? Do that on a Monday or Tuesday, and then be done. And then on Wednesday, what did they contribute? What things did they do? What did they give? Did they change the way people think or act? Okay, and fill that out. Don't feel like you have to fill in all of the lines, but do make sure you give enough information. Okay, then be done with that for that day. Okay, set goals for yourself. Don't try to do it all in one day. Okay, then when you're done, you guys are super familiar. You guys are going to write a little short paragraph that if you were here at school, you would memorize, and then you would present to all your parents. That's probably not going to be the case, but we are going to video record these and then put them all together so you guys can watch each other's on here. I'll make a link and you guys will be able to watch everybody's video. So here's what I want you to know. When you are ready, and this packet is finished, you've filled it all out, you feel like you've done all the research, you've found some really good information, then what you're going to do is you're going to go, okay, to Google. So say you're still in your Google Classroom. You could just go here, and remember, you're going to type in your docs. So if you go to docs, mine's going to have a lot more, okay, but it's going to pull this up, and you would want to start a blank one. Here's what I recommend. Start a blank page, okay? To title your document, you would want to put your person's name. So, Elena, I'm going to take yours, okay? I would put Elena's is choosing to do Audrey Hepburn. So you would write their name. And then you would start typing, okay? And remember, you're typing and you're writing as if you are that person, okay? So it should be in first person. You should use things like I and me and my, okay? Do not use, what words wouldn't we use? He, she, them, okay? You would want to write it as if you, sorry, I didn't mean to erase that. If you were Audrey, or if you were Rosa Parks, or if you were George D. Mestral. Sorry, Marcus, I'm probably not saying that right. So if I was Sally Ride, I would say I was born May 26, 1951 in Inco, California. My dad's name was Dale. My sister's name was Karen. Growing up, I loved science and math. I loved playing tennis, and I actually became a top-ranked tennis player. Later, I realized I wanted to go to Stanford, and I wanted to become the first astronaut, first woman's astronaut, okay? You want to write it in first person, so just please remember that.